Welcome back.
Yeah.
And Mary's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Yeah,
Happy
you're
New
welcome.
Happy New Week.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I just forgot to ask her what, because I was looking at different parts. What is the whole food that we are cooking?
The actual meal.
Yes.
The actual meal we're
I
making
forgot to ask
today.
that.
Okay.
What's the meal?
Okay,
Spicy
so
sugar.
we're going to be having onion glazed chicken wings, and we're going to be having a garden salad, and then we're going to be
nice.
having buttered potatoes.
Nice. Nice. Sounds like a mouthful.
Honey glazed chicken
Wings.
Garden chicken wings.
Yeah.
Honey glazed chicken wings. Garden salad and what was the potatoes?
Buttered potatoes.
Buttered
Potatoes.
potatoes.
Spicy sugar.
Nice.
Interesting.
Very nice.
We'll get to all of that, yeah? So it
Yeah.
was quite an eventful weekend. And yeah, quite an eventful weekend. So I saw something, and that was the aftermath of Quam 2. She released a video explaining her own side of the story.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's been back and forth. And you know, from what she said from the video, you know, which was corroborated by two other people. In fact, by the first person who actually,
on
who
the
was the
plane.
first person who gave reliable information, because he dropped his ticket with
Yeah.
his name
Yeah.
and said I was on the plane. I was sitting beside her,
Yeah.
and a lot of what he said tallied with what
Yeah. She said.
she said.
Yeah.
And I just generally want to say that it behoves not just generally our customer relation as a country. We need to really improve on that, and we need to understand. You know, from what she said and from what she said, she was limited maybe by her knowledge or whatever of that particular point in instance. And I say, as somebody who has done this thing over and over, you're expected to help. And if you don't want to help, at least try not to escalate the situation. So it's more or less like de-escalation.
Yeah.
And that is what everybody can and should learn from this kind of, from what happened, from the scenario and all that happened. You should learn to de-escalate situations, not let them blow over that.
So there's de-escalation. There's also conflict resolution skills. There's also emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Then there's even just compassion.
Yeah.
Just basic compassion. Now, obviously, there were some things in the first set of videos that came out that, you know, made it seem like, you know, she was extremely aggressive. But from the video I saw, I didn't see any sign of arrogance. I didn't even see any sign of excessive pride or wanting to, you know, saying she knew too much. She was humble enough to say she didn't know
Yeah.
how to spell something. What was
Yeah,
that word
general or
she said? She said she
something.
didn't know how to spell general.
And she asked that, please help me do it.
Please help me do it. You know, and I would have expected,
And
to
that's
be
exactly
honest,
what the other guy said. He said
Exactly.
that days before.
Yeah.
He said she didn't know how to turn it off, and then I had
didn't
to
know how.
help her. Like, she passed the phone, because after giving it to the hostess, you know, she
so
rebuffed
there are
her and
some
all of that.
realities in, well, so from what we could see in the video, I didn't see any sign of her being aggressive or even showing signs of anger. It was more of thinking about how she was going to move on with her life, her mental health she was, you know, talking about in the video. Now, I'm someone that, we've heard this from one of our bosses many times, resist the urge to shalaye. That's where I am. But when she did explain, the mannerism she expressed during the video, I don't know. I tend to think it could have been de-escalated a lot better than it was.
Than it was,
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly, a lot better than it was.
So there's a thing about us as, you know, as a people. We feel the need to take advantage of those we believe we are better off than. And sometimes we think being able to speak English or being educated makes us a lot better than those who are not. Oftentimes, we're wrong, and that's the truth. So just because she didn't know how to spell something or she didn't know how to fix something, somebody felt, oh, this one is dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk down on her. And that's the thing. They felt the need to talk down on her instead of being of better assistance. What's the big deal? There are so many people who went to school, yes, but it's not everybody that is going to be up to par at the same time. And that's why you have people like that to help. I think sometimes people forget the meaning of their jobs because they are so used to all the extra drama and all that they forget that, oi, this is what I'm being employed for, to assist, to make life easier for the passengers.
Sure.
It's really unfortunate how this panned out.
Panned out,
It
yeah?
really is unfortunate.
Spicy Sugar, you heard about Kwamtuna, right?
Yes, I did.
You know how it is, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you get to see that video, the one she mentioned? What do you think about what happened?
Well, I think, to be honest, she had her faults,
Okay.
and the air hostess also had like she had a
own
very
faults,
good faults,
yeah.
yes, because she could have been more more reserved and
Yeah,
just helped her.
not being as aggressive, even though she was,
She was,
I understand what you should say. Yes, you could say that, on both sides. Yeah, maybe the air hostess didn't act rightly, but like what a lot of people are saying is that she also should not have responded in that same way. But you see, when you are pushed to the wall, the only thing you can probably do is just to bounce back. And she said that video where she was trying to poke her.
Yeah.
This was after she had pushed her, tore off
Her wig.
her wig.
That one almost drew.
You know?
I was like, wow.
And she said she tore off my wig.
You know how those wigs are glued down?
Yeah,
They are
exactly.
glued down.
She explained that the pain.
Wow.
She was still feeling
Was
the
what
pain
made her
of
sisters
being,
and like,
exactly of the wig being torn off. She said the
goodness.
pain and all of that. So for me, yeah, this should be a learning. And then it's just sad that even as a man, to other people around there, yes, you want to drag her out, but the moment you see that she's exposed in that way, growing up, I used to see something that if something was happening somewhere, women or people around would just rush to cover the
Yes.
person, no matter what was happening.
Yes.
I mean,
That
Things like,
was
yes,
the culture.
She was unruly. Or if you say, let's just say she was even the one. But the fact that you were trying to take her off and she was resisting, and then you saw that she was unclad, or somebody intentionally went to take off her robes.
mon Dieu.
At that moment, a reasonable person, you are in the full glare of the world. Even if you're a pervert, a closet pervert, whatever you are, at that moment,
You pause.
sanity, you should go
Pause.
and hold on. Get this
Hold
woman covered. No matter what.
They could have
So,
They could have even used one
from
of the
the
yellow
video-
jackets. They could have used anything. They
As soon as that thing happened, they should have put her
just
down,
let her-
allowed her pull herself together before
Yes.
going on. But they wanted to
Exactly.
embarrass her. Do you
Why?
remember part of the video when she was down? That she was like, people are laughing at me. I mean, they
And
saw
they
it
were
as
videoing and-
amusement.
I don't
Why
have
is the humanity?
maybe the video might have been a case for evidence, but somebody actually reached out and tore off her clothes. And I was wondering why do
Why?
that? And even when it was torn off, at least for the other guys, it too, we should have said, hold on, let's cover her. Growing up, I thought about it. A guy can go, it's gentlemanly. You cannot take off your jacket
jacket.
and cover her.
That
At
is
that point in
someone's-
time.
Probably someone's sister. It could have been someone's mother. It could have been someone's daughter. And you just allowed that to happen. So I actually can't just blame just the flight attendant. All of the people involved really should deal with them, to be honest. And when I say deal with them, give them serious sanctions, because I'm wondering which kind of training they've been given as a company. I feel like the company themselves need to review their staff and give them a fresh
because the first
training
thing we heard
or
was that,
something.
they told her to switch off her phone, and she insisted that she's not going to switch off her phone, which is an entirely
Different
wrong.
story.
It was not what happened.
Yeah.
You say she entirely should resist, and this was.
And that's
so
why they always
as at
say when
that
you
point-
listen to one side, you will never get the truth.
True, well.
It's always good to balance out arguments by listening to both sides. And it's a
So-
good thing people like the two people you mentioned,
Yeah.
also said this is what happened. Because if the story did not tally, it would be a case of their word against ours or hers
Yeah.
against theirs.
So
exactly, for the fact that you had a third opinion.
like
You
other
had-
people say,
exactly,
oh,
third
this is what
party giving
happened.
the
though.
story. And they said when she went back after the flight, she said she went to the restroom. Somebody was inside.
Imagine.
She waited for the person to come out. And it was a small place, so she cannot, it was even uncomfortable. She rushed out. And then by the time she waited for the person to come out, and then she went to use the convenience and came out, of course, most of the people had left. And that was when she wanted to leave. And she said that by that time, the hostess told her, you will see. And that's when the hostess tried to stop
will
her,
see.
restrained her. And that was when she started recording herself. So I would just say generally. And so even if I'm looking at everything and she was not even the one that started the provocation, she was not even the one. So I just want to say this here, no matter what, at that particular point in time, she should not have been, her body should not have been exposed in such a way, in that demeaning manner. That's very wrong. And I feel like even if something publicly should not be done, internally something should be done
Absolutely.
to ensure
Absolutely.
maybe punitive
Because if
measures,
it's
but
repeated,
then
it will cost them
some
customers.
sort of training
Well,
in
this
some
is
way.
really Nigeria. Sadly, with the next news cycle, you know, I don't know.
Life
We
goes
would
on.
love to hear your thoughts on this. Where do we go from here? Now, Chef,
I love what you're doing
before
there.
we go, that is pomegranate, right?
What's that?
Pomegranate.
Pomegranates.
That is a very,
what's
it's a
pomegranate?
really interesting fruit there.
Taste it, Mike.
You can
You'd like it.
Premium.
Taste
It's really
it.
nice.
Go on.
She's shady, but this girl about three.
It's really nice.
Pomegranate
Yeah.
juice is one of the most premium
Taste it.
juices
What
you
do
can
you
find.
think?
Yeah?
She has said
Pomegranate.
it's in a slap. it is. But this is we're back here with
Yeah.
Spicy Sugar. I love what she's doing. It's something I've not seen before, so I'm quite interested to see how this all turns out. Right?
All right.
Okay. All right. We'll be back after all of this. Like Titi said, you let us know in the comments what are your thoughts on all that we got to discuss this morning.